Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lummel. Got a interesting stock here. This is a robotics stock. I believe they are involved with food delivery, the last 1 mile I guess of food delivery, little robots that deliver food on the streets, etc. So this has a pretty good setup. Only thing is it has a pretty deep cup. It still may need to work out some cycle lines, but we'll break down the cycles when we get back. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Really helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Also, we're looking for talent, maybe someone who's not locked into their own way of trading and is open to exploring a new outside-the-box form of cycle-based trading, which we use to swing trade equities and day trade indexes, SPY, QQQ, and futures. If you have any interest in that, DM me through our social media or email me at paul@bitcoinertradingclub.com and I'll give you more information. Okay, we're still maintaining an A+ on the index, get A5 on the score, and you look at the Dow Jones 30 right here, it's pretty much in a PBC zone, and we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bars there at the 45,000. So it needs to get moving pretty soon, otherwise we might have to shake out a little bit back to the 35 of May, but so far it's acting good. A+ rating still maintained on it. Okay, getting back to RR, Richtech Robotics. This is a pretty deep cup from that IPO back here in 2024. Got 3 cat lines. Got a major cat line here is a TY-1. It's a primary cycle line. And it's also an IPO cycle line too. That's about a 1.5 year. Now I do have to tell you that a lot of times these IPOs will print a TM7 or TY2 before it really gets kicking in, but that's being it's a possibility, we need to be aware of that, and that's further out. That's potentially a year and a half to resolve that. And honestly, to get up here middle or plus would help a lot. Right now we're still in that lower part of that consolidation zone, but what's promising here is the fact we had a 6-month high over here. Now we get a pullback off that. We're probably going to be holding that 250 support approximately. You can see right here off the lows, it was a 7 BMI breakout, vector of 1. All it did was come back and retest into that 150 PPP and also the 250 PPP. And so that TY1 line is going to be cracking here pretty soon. Now, a lot of times what these long-term trend lines will do is they'll break out. You get a backside retest of that trend line, a prior trend line, and sometimes you can wait for a 1 to 2 month breakout. That's what we got here. We got basically breakout of the TM5 cycle line, came back, retested it. Then you get a breakout of a 2-month high right there, came back, retested right at that 250 PPP. And so there's where we have to watch it. So if we can hold that 250 PPP, we can get up further into this consolidation zone. That's going to make it much more promising for the long term. The cup BMI is 20. And so chances of it repeating that pretty remote on the breakout. So 20 times 12 plus 12, that would be basically 240, 250 bucks. I doubt that. Coming from this low of a price zone, it's not a quality price zone. More than likely will flame out above there. Maybe, who knows, maybe even $20 to $30 area. If it did that, it'd be a 10 banger. But overall, still looks pretty good. We just need to keep an eye on it. What we want to do is we want to see breakout of this $5 PPP in that left-hand cup and get further up into that consolidation zone before we start printing more cycle lines. So I'll be keeping a close eye on it, and when we get back I'll give you some cycle-based price targets based on the action off the lows. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you can find our club lingo at bitcoinertradingclub.club/lingo. Okay, here's a few cycle-based price targets based off the cycle off the lows, TM3-U. And so the north channel of that is around 650 or so. If it hit that, it'd be a 100% gain. And the X channel is north of $10. That if it hit that would be a couple 100% gain. So again, what we're really looking for is the ability to get outside of that cup high. It's around $5 or so. And so once we get up here and we get a solid consolidation zone, we can think about launching out of the cup. I just think it's got a long way to go. And this TY-1 cycle, I just don't know if it's enough of a cycle lane because of the, or cycle line because of that deep retrace off of the IPO highs. So again, we're going to keep a close eye on it as we get outside these trend lines, cycle lines, and hit these PPP zones and kind of go from there. We get a 750 PPP here, $10 PPP here. So overall looks pretty good for the short term. We just got to keep an eye on it, and we're going to probably get resolution of the 250 PPP soon. We have probably a cycle set here, probably at the 10 to 13 days. That'll be a TD3 cycle in the next several days. Once that sets, we see the pullback off of that, we'll get a clearer picture about where to go from here. But looking pretty good. Again, the company's RR, Richtech Robotics, Inc. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.